There was a time when most modern games allowed players to mess around with cheats in their video games for the sole purpose of having fun. It's a shame, since messing around with cheat codes in most games was a great way to goof around and get a leg up against the opposition. Thankfully, there are still modern games that let players mess around with cheats. Welcome to Game Rant, everyone. I'm Bilal, and here are 10 modern games you can still use cheats in to get ahead. Starting things off with Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal integrates cheats in a pretty unique way. Instead of featuring codes that players can enter, players need to explore levels and find these cheat codes hidden away in the game's many levels. A prudent player will be able to enjoy everything from infinite ammo to having all runes at once. Next up, Risk of Rain 2. Players love the idea of teaming up with their friends to take on enemies across different procedurally generated levels, getting some valuable loot in the process. Risk of Rain 2 also features cheats that players can mess around with in-game, although activating them can prove to be a real pain. Players have to edit the game files to even unlock cheats in the first place. Doing so unlocks a wealth of console commands that allow players to tweak the game in many significant ways. Taking to the seas, we have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. To unlock cheats in Assassin's Creed 4, players need to complete a set number of Abstergo challenges. Enough challenges allow players to give Edward and the Jackdaw unlimited health and ammunition, while also integrating several other changes to freshen up the gameplay of this title. Moving on to simulation, we have The Sims 4. The Sims 4 has its fair share of classic cheats that increase a household's funds and fill all their needs instantly. It might reduce the overall challenge of the game, but there's no denying that these cheats circumvent a lot of the frustration that can arise otherwise in this game. Players need to open the cheat console in-game by pressing Ctrl-Shift-C or loading into the game on consoles while holding all 4 triggers on the controller at the same time. Next up, we have Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight is an ode to retro games that players adore. With that in mind, it's only a given that this game would also feature its fair share of cheats. By changing the name of the character to certain specific titles, players can unlock unique powers for their run. The list of names is pretty great and makes repeat playthroughs a blast. Going into RTS, we have StarCraft 2. Some missions in StarCraft 2 are long and arduous, so it's understandable if a player would rather use a cheat than restart. There are many codes that players can input in the game to unlock a bevy of effects. For example, Why So Serious instantly adds 5 million credits to a player's resources. Next on the list, Saints Row 4. In a game where players fly through a computer simulation of their recently destroyed turf, cheat codes don't seem out of place in the story. A dedicated menu for codes grants access to things like invincible cars, infinite money, or unlocking abilities before getting them in the story. On the cell phone, which doubles as a pause menu, players can go to the cheat tab and enter Let's Rock to unlock every weapon instantly. This is just one of the many codes that players can employ to great effect. Looking at a collection, we have the Orange Box. Refilling ammo, getting infinite health, and even unlocking all chapters can be done at any time by simply pressing some buttons, with the obvious exclusion of Team Fortress 2.
Nope.
The PC version has a different set of cheats done by typing in passwords, though they first have to add console options by adding console in the target field before starting up the game. Sadly, no game has a cheat granting old scientists invulnerability against impalement through the head. Into the realm of tactics, we have XCOM 2. For those without the willingness to power through the games fairly, cheat codes are readily available if one knows how to get them. If aliens are going to fight dirty with their unfairly advanced technology, why can't the player respond in kind? Players will have to modify their launch options, adding in the option for a console, which will then allow modifications to upgrade your Avenger with new facilities immediately, or even upgrade your soldiers to the point of invincibility. Ending this list with a staple in video game cheats, Grand Theft Auto 5. The GTA series is a staple in the video game industry, thanks partially to the extensive cheats throughout the entire series. The GTA 5 cheat codes, accessible either through button prompts or dialing a phone number, deactivate trophies and achievements, so think about that ahead of time. For example, open up the cell phone and input 199-724-654 5537 for invincibility. And those are 10 modern games you can still use cheats in to get ahead. Until next time.